chestnuts and welcome back. There are many cartoon episodes or movies we have watched that may seem innocent, but in reality they're really scary and have hidden secrets in them. So make sure to like and subscribe if you love playing Roblox. Don't worry, I'll protect you. So I'm sure we've all heard of K-pop Demon Hunters at this point. It's a very good movie. And we all know that Rumi's mom passed when she was little, but did you know the real reason why? Keep watching to find out as it gets very dark.
Did you know? It's actually Celine who murdered Rumi's mom. That's why Celine survived alone. She had made a deal with the 𝒂𝒂𝗯𝗀𝗋. In the movie, we saw that Celine and Rumi's mom were in the same girl group. And after Rumi's mom passed away, she asked Celine to be her daughter's guardian. That means they were best friends, right? But as a good friend, Celine didn't keep her promise in the movie. She turned Rumi into the most dazzling monster hunter by herself. It seemed like she was hiding Rumi's mark, but actually she was just trying to bring out more of Rumi's demon energy.
Guys, this kind of makes sense as Rumi gets angry many times in the movie. I can't believe that Celine would work with 𝒂𝒂𝗯𝗀𝗋.
Remember the first time Rumi released her demon energy? It was because of Celine's provocation, so she did this on purpose. Definitely to make it easier for 𝒂𝒂𝗯𝗀𝗋 to find her. And in return, 𝒂𝒂𝗯𝗀 left her a way out. Think about it. Since 𝒂𝒂𝗯𝗀 had a conflict with sunlight, there must be some hatred between 𝒂𝒂𝗯𝗀 and Celine. 𝒂𝒂𝗯𝗀 should have gotten rid of Celine first, right? Because that would make it easier to take out Rumi later. But as we can see, Celine is fine, and she even shows up in public. I think there must be some connection here. We all know that the Monster Hunter girl groups are always in threes. In the movie, we saw that the Hunter X group's combat power drops if they are short of one person, so Sunlight must have been defeated when the team was separated. Maybe Celine was the one who ran away at that time, and because of that, Rumi's mom fell into 𝒂𝒂𝗯𝗀𝗋's hands. I've always thought Celine was not an ordinary person. She might be the biggest hidden villain. Hasn't anyone ever doubted Celine?
To be honest, I always thought Celine was a bit sketchy, and I think she might do something to Rumi in the next movie if she's not careful. Comment who your favorite K-pop demon character is below. Have you ever watched a TV show and something in it felt off? Well, there's a good chance that the episode you watched was about to be banned. I did some deep digging and found some of the scariest banned episodes of your favorite shows. So make sure to grab your popcorn and pillows, and make sure to comment if you made it to the end without screaming.
Banned episodes of kids' TV shows. Part 6. This Teletubbies episode had one person calling it the greatest horror film of all time. The infamous sketch called The Lion and the Bear starts with a creepy off-screen voice taunting the Teletubbies, declaring that they're a bear and they're coming. So the Teletubbies run away. Already not what you're supposed to do when being approached by a brown bear. After a long moment of suspense, the bear with brown fuzzy hair reveals itself as a cardboard cutout on a longboard. The bear speaks in rhymes, flexing their hiding skills, making funny faces, and then confessing they're hiding from an even scarier lion. Think about it from the kid's perspective. You're already scared of the bear, and now you're told there's an even scarier animal out there? That's trauma squared! Then, with storm clouds rolling in, the terrifying roars of a lion echo across Teletubby land. Finally, the scary lion with big scary teeth reveals himself, and he's also made of cardboard and also has a sick longboard. You won't have me scared of some cardboard animals, but when you remember that the Teletubbies' target audience is kids all the way down to 1 year old, you absolutely cannot be putting this weirdo's face in front of them. Parents were furious when this segment first aired in 1997, flooding PBS with complaints that it was way too scary for preschoolers. PBS banned the episode in the US, and 4 years later the BBC followed, removing the short as well. The sketch was then modified with more cheerful music, the bear's voice more jolly, and the Teletubbies' reactions more excited from seeing the bear and lion instead of scared. But for a generation of kids, the damage was done. Redditors recalled this childhood trauma in a thread, saying the sketch was the bane of my nightmares. Haunted me for years.
In my opinion, I don't think the animals are that scary, but if I was a kid, I would be terrified. I can see why they banned the episode for children all across the world. The next banned episode is from a popular kids show called My Little Pony. Apparently this episode was so offensive, they had to take it off the air. Like if you have ever watched My Little Pony before.
Banned episodes of kids' TV shows. Part 2. Sometimes the absolute worst thing you can do is give fans exactly what they think they want. This cartoon horse had no name and no dialogue, then the creators gave her both and immediately regretted that decision. In the My Little Pony cinematic universe, online fans had a favorite background character. She had no official name and never spoke in the show, but the online crowd affectionately named her Derpy for her cross-eyed look, which was actually the result of an animation error. In season 2, the creators wanted to give those fans fans a tip of the cap. So they gave the pony a speaking role in an episode and had another character call her by her fan-given name of Derpy. But once she stepped out of the background, her cross-eyed appearance, clumsy behavior, and slightly slurred speech became front and center, and suddenly some of those same fans thought this was wildly offensive. This controversy, known as Derpygate, basically split the fandom into two groups: 100 people with pitchforks and everybody else wondering why anyone was holding pitchforks. An online petition requesting the show change Derpy's name argued that it was very hurtful and pro-bullying. That petition gained 136 signatures.
I actually remember this episode. Derpy was one of my favorite characters. But what do you guys think about this?
Meanwhile, other counter petitions demanding the name remain unchanged received over 40,000. The writer of the episode, who actually has a disabled son, shared that while she received around 200 positive emails from fans, she also got about 10 negative messages. She said that the character's original name was supposed to be 𝒑𝒐𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒃, but she was asked to change it for the sake of fan service without realizing it was perceived as an offensive term. The episode was taken off the air until the scene could be redone, with the character's eyes redrawn, her voice redubbed, and her name just not spoken at all.
To be honest, I think that episode is now lost media. Apparently, there was also a scary secret that hid in that episode, but it's too scary to show on this video. This next banned cartoon episode has to be one of the scariest episodes of all time. It was so scary that even adults are still traumatized and talking about it. Make sure to give yourself a pat on the back if you manage to watch this.
Banned episodes of kids TV shows. Part 5. This pleasant stop-motion kids show created genuine nightmare fuel. Just do a quick search of Pingu's Dream and you'll find countless stories from now grown adults who are still haunted by their intro to Lovecraftian horror through this claymation penguin. It starts off sweet. After a nice little bedtime story from mom, Pingu's peaceful sleep is interrupted by his igloo lifting up and flying away. He's left defenseless in the Arctic wilderness when his bed starts acting up, dragging him away from his home and straight towards unspeakable horror. On this trek, he catches the attention of the most cursed looking walrus I've ever seen. What in the is that? The walrus quietly lurks in the background, stalking Pingu while he's still dealing with his disobedient sentient bed, until the walrus gives Pingu the jump scare of his life. Now in the grasp of this malevolent beast, it taunts Pingu by trapping him inside his own igloo, then grabs him by the neck and stretches him out in torturous ways, laughing the whole time, eyes rolled to the back of his head.
Jeez. That walrus already looks like it could give me nightmares, chestnuts.
When Pingu and his bed try to escape, the walrus grabs his bed and chomps on it like it's a candy bar. As Pingu makes a break for it, he falls down an icy slope, jostling him awake from his nightmare. Pingu weeps in his mother's arms, and that's how the episode ends. Pingu's Dream was so terrifying for kids, it was given an unofficial ban and removed from British television in 2003. But this would only be the beginning of traumatizing penguin content for this generation of kids, who years later would show up to school one day and be made to watch March of the Penguins.
Wow, I'm glad they took it off the air so young kids can avoid that stuff. But if you made it all the way here, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. See you next time, chestnuts.